You probably think you've seen every kind of drama, but this is different. Chrissy Lampkin, yes, the one from reality TV, collapsed in court today. But it wasn't from nerves or a dramatic moment meant for cameras. It was real. Her world was crashing around her in front of everyone, and no one expected what came next. That's when Camron showed up. Yes, that Camron. He's the last person anyone thought would be involved, let alone holding damaging evidence. But he came with receipts. And not just gossip or rumors. We're talking secret recordings, documents, and files no one ever imagined would surface. This wasn't a simple court case anymore. This was something way bigger. Something that could completely ruin Chrissy's life and career. It started off like any other high-profile court day. Paparazzi lights flashing. Fans standing outside, hoping to catch a glimpse. Chrissy walked in like everything was under control. Shades on, hair done perfectly, high heels clicking on the steps. She looked calm on the outside, but behind, that polished image was someone just moments away from falling apart, and the person sitting silently inside the courtroom, Camron. They hadn't spoken in years, but this wasn't a friendly he was there for one reason, to take her down. At first, everything was quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet you feel before everything explodes. The judge came in, attorneys nodded, and then something unexpected happened. A silver briefcase slid onto the prosecutor's table. A label on it read, "The Chrissy Files." Instantly, the mood in the room shifted. This wasn't just another legal disagreement. Something serious was about to drop. The prosecutor opened the case and plugged in a flash drive. The screens lit up. First came screenshots, hundreds of them. Deleted messages, group chats, private WhatsApp conversations. Chrissy just sat there, her acrylic nails tapping nervously on the desk. But then came the voice recording, and that's when the room froze. It was Chrissy's voice, full of anger. "If they think I'm letting Jim go down alone, they're out of their minds. I built this. I own this." That one clip was enough to set off a media storm, and then came security camera footage. It showed Chrissy in a private Miami hotel room, pacing, yelling into the phone. She was talking to someone named G, venting about financial moves and saying Cam had dirt. She even said if he spoke up, she'd destroy the entire Dipset brand. Gasps filled the room. Even the judge had to tell everyone to calm down. Chrissy's expression changed instantly. She went pale, clenched her jaw, clearly caught off guard. Who was G? And how did Camron get this footage? Here's what most people don't know. Camron and Chrissy go way back. Long before the TV fame, before love and hip-hop, before red carpet appearances, they were like family. But things reportedly got ugly in 2018. A deal involving real estate went bad, and large sums of money disappeared. Sources close to the case say Camron was supposed to get paid, and never was. He kept quiet until now, but this time, it wasn't about attention. It was personal. Then more leaks surfaced. One revealed that Chrissy moved nearly $150,000 from a so-called women's charity into a luxury brand startup that never even got off the ground. Instead, the money allegedly funded her new look. Stylists, makeup teams, staged paparazzi photos, all paid for with charity funds meant for single moms. The IRS apparently is now watching every transaction. But that wasn't all. There was also an NDA from 2018. Signed by Chrissy, Jim, and Cam. It detailed a secret incident involving threats, hidden recording devices, and money paid to keep it quiet. Somehow Camron's team got their hands on it and submitted it. In court, page by page, Chrissy's lawyer tried to stop it, saying it was old news and not relevant, but the judge refused. That's when Chrissy finally broke. She leaned over and whispered to her lawyer, then broke down in tears. Not the yow, camera-ready kind, real tears. Her lips shook, her mascara ran, and she whispered, "He wasn't supposed to do this." Meanwhile, Camron didn't react. No emotion. Just sat still, watching it all play out. And while everyone focused on Chrissy falling apart, they missed something big. Camron's team wasn't done. They brought forward more claims, financial records, witness statements, and reports from someone inside the production team of Love and Hip Hop. According to them, Chrissy allegedly misused the show's budget to pay for vacations and shopping trips, all under the label of business expenses. One of the most damaging claims involved a young PR assistant. Chrissy allegedly convinced her to sign off on a fake invoice worth $22,000 for media coverage that never happened. The money? It went toward Chrissy's birthday yacht party in Turks and Caicos. That same assistant now works for another TV network, and she's apparently ready to speak up publicly. Social media exploded. Twitter users called her out. She always seemed shady, one said. Another posted, "Finally someone called her out." Even celebrities joined the conversation. One verified TV producer tweeted, "This is why I avoid reality stars who act like CEOs." At this point, it wasn't just Chrissy's name on the line. It was her entire future. because this situation was looking more like a federal case than just a public scandal. People whispered about possible fraud, tampering, and even RICO charges. Some even said federal agents were waiting in the hallway. Chrissy's lawyer looked completely shaken, as if he aged right in front of everyone. And then, the judge called for a recess. Chrissy didn't move. She just sat there, shoulders trembling, holding a tissue tightly. Jim Jones wasn't anywhere in sight. Word is, he's been dodging the whole situation. And honestly, can you blame him? But the real shocker came after Cam showed his proof. As the courtroom cleared out and Chrissy was led away, barely keeping it together, someone else entered from the back. Mama Jones. Yep, the woman who's never been one to stay quiet walked in, Bluetooth in her ear and what looked like a manila folder in hand. If you know Mama Jones, you know she doesn't show up unless things are about to explode. The folder, her presence, that timing, none of it felt random. And when Camron saw her, he smirked. He knew. Outside, reporters were still going live. Blogs had already started using the word canceled next to Chrissy's name. But inside that hallway, everything shifted. Mama Jones didn't say much, but her face said it all. Fire in her eyes. She wasn't there to comfort Chrissy. She came to confront her. She walked past security like she owned the place and went straight into a private witness room. No hesitation. The door closed behind her and her voice rang out through the vents. Tell them what you did, Chrissy, or I will. There's a long, messy history between these two. From their early days on Love and Hip-Hop, they never saw eye to eye. They fought over everything. Money, control, Jim. But what we didn't know until now was how far Chrissy allegedly went behind the scenes to keep Mama Jones quiet. A leaked email hit a gossip blog just minutes after Mama arrived, revealing that Chrissy once offered a producer $50,000 to cut Mama's scenes from season 4. Why? Because Mama was planning to expose Chrissy for secretly selling part of Jim's unreleased music catalog to a private investor in Atlanta. Without Jim's knowledge, that catalog wasn't even hers to sell. Years have passed, but with everything falling apart now, Mama Jones clearly decided she's done staying silent. And insiders say she kept every bit of proof. Back in the courtroom, Chrissy was still locked in that witness room, while Camron returned to his seat looking completely at ease, like he knew the worst was finally catching up to Chrissy. Then the prosecution dropped another bomb. A voicemail from Chrissy dated March 2020. In it, she panics over a missing wire transfer, yelling, "I told you to use the ghost account, not the F connection. Now they're tracing it." The name F caught attention immediately. There's no confirmed link to Lil Durk or his crew, but mentioning that name in a sketchy money trail set off alarms. The prosecutors quickly asked for permission to subpoena banking records from 2 Atlanta-based shell companies tied to Chrissy's business associates. But it didn't stop there. Moments later, the FBI showed up in the hallway. Badges out, suits on. This wasn't a routine check-in. They asked to speak with Chrissy's legal team behind closed doors, and court was paused again. The tension was unbearable. A legal intern later leaked a text message that read, "They found the offshore accounts. Boom. Game over." People had been whispering for years about Chrissy's sudden upgrades. New luxury cars, expensive trips, major investments, without any consistent income. Now it's being alleged that she funneled money from reality shows, charity events, and brand deals into foreign accounts using 3 different names: CL Monroe, Christina Jones, and Vera Santiago. Same birth date, all linked to Panama. When that was read out loud, Camron didn't even react. He leaned back, arms crossed, as if he'd been expecting this since 2019. Meanwhile, Chrissy still hadn't returned. Rumors swirled that she was having a breakdown. And just then, someone nobody thought would show up walked in. Jim Jones. No jewelry, no flash. Just a hoodie, sunglasses, and a tired face. He didn't talk to reporters, didn't say a word to anyone. He walked straight to Mama Jones, whispered something in her ear, and gave her a hug. Seconds later, Chrissy came out. Mascara streaked down her face. Her lips were shaking. She looked crushed. She reached for Jim's hand. He pulled loud. "Enough for everyone to hear in the front row," Jim said. "You lied to me for years, and now the feds know everything." Chrissy just stood there, frozen. Her body seemed to collapse under the weight of it. Mama Jones turned her back. Jim walked out. That was it. That image of them as a couple, gone. The internet ate it up immediately. TikTok blew up with clips of Jim rejecting Chrissy. Headlines exploded. Chrissy exposed. Cam knew. Mama Jones warned us. One person posted, "I always knew she was shady. Played everyone but not Cam." Another said, "This isn't just drama, this is criminal." Then came the final nail. A new document submitted by an anonymous former VH1 executive. It claimed Chrissy regularly paid editing staff to clean up her image, cutting out her outbursts, threats, and even alleged fights. In exchange, she offered them influencer access and brand perks. One chilling line stood out: Chrissy used reality TV and every man around her to build an empire of lies. The judge took a moment, then announced the next step. A formal investigation hearing is set for next Friday. Until then, Chrissy must surrender her passport and can't speak to any media about the case. Chrissy broke down again. She looked at her lawyer, then at Mama Jones, who refused to meet her eyes. She tried to reach out to Jim, but he was gone. The couple, done. That image of power, destroyed. As she was leaving the courtroom, a voice echoed from the hall. Yandy. Smith? Oh, now you quiet? But you had all that energy when it was me on trial? Boom. Another twist, another rival. And rumor is, she's been waiting for this moment for years, and now she's ready to bring her own receipts. It's not over yet. More secrets are on their way. More truth is about to surface. And the feds? They're closing in. Subscribe for more gossips.